With that down, let's move on to our fourth and final main topic today. And our fourth and final main topic today gets submitted to us by Greg Rosaler, who writes, "Hey, John and Rob. I read that the theater chains are considering offering free admission to get people back into the theaters once the crisis is behind us and they're open back up for business. What would be the pros and cons of such a move? Thanks, man." All right. Thanks a lot for saying that in. And as a matter of fact, I addressed this briefly on an open mic that I did yesterday where we talked a little bit about this. So basically where this is coming from is this. NATO, the North American Theater Owners Association, that's all the movie theaters and their representation. A rep from NATO actually came out and said that, yeah, they would consider doing something like once the theater's open, doing free screenings. Here specifically was the comment from Patrick Corcoran from NATO said, "We will see. It's going to depend. We're both local and national markets, and our main distribution partners are very interested in national releases as opposed to local ones. So depending on how this virus goes and whether it's more severe in some places and it lifts sooner or later, that's all going to go into it. We're looking for ways to reach out to our patrons and also to our studio partners about the best ways to message and roll things out once we're back up and running." So Rob, my thoughts on this yesterday, I gave just some quick initial thoughts. My initial thoughts on this were, oh, hell yes. Do some free screenings. Not just because I'm a movie fan and of course we all want everything for free. Give us everything for free. But to me, it seems like it would make good business sense as well. You're getting things up and running. You probably are going to have to do what the Chinese theaters did, which was bring in some rerun movies to get things up and running again, because they're not probably going to have stuff ready to go the first week they're open again. So it's a way to get people back into the habit of going to the movie theaters, getting excited about coming to the movie theaters again. And by the way, the movie theaters, Rob, they don't really make any of their money from movie ticket sales anyway. They make their money from the concession stands. So it'll be good for them, and it would be good for the studios that even while they're not making any money on these rerun movies, it's a great way for them to support the theater, saying, yeah, take Avengers Endgame, put it back in theater, free of charge. You go for it. And that will pay off for them later, because the more and the quicker people get back into the habit of going to the movie theaters, the sooner that the studios are going to start making money. So to me, it seems like a no-duh. It seems like a no-duh. Yeah, do it. Make it free for the first week or two. Because there are going to be people. Rob, we put up the poll last week asking people, when theaters open, are you going to be ready to jump right back in? About 50% said sure, but there were a lot of people that said, you know what, I'm still going to be really apprehensive about getting back out there. So anything you can do, I think, to get people comfortable and wanting to go back to the theaters again, I think is great. Now, Rob, you've become the master of coming up with the shortcomings of the ideas that I overlook, but you're looking at this situation. What do you think about that as potential move? Or can you think of maybe other better ways to approach reopening the theaters?
Well, you look, putting older movies in theaters and offering free admission could be fun. I just don't know how many people would turn out for that. Certainly for the movie theaters, it's great because, like you pointed out, they make most of their money through concessions anyway. And I think it would be a great show of solidarity for people to come out. And people, you know, when the world reopens, I think everybody is going to be eager to support their favorite businesses again, their favorite restaurants, their favorite stores. People are going to want to get out and patronize these places. So in that sense, it would be good. But I think it's going to be a hard sell. It's going to take a while for people to just jump right back in and going into sitting in a room with a bunch of strangers that they don't know where they've been. And it's going to be a process. So I don't know if movie theaters, I don't know if I could point out that it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just don't know if it's enough. I think that what we really need to do is get people used to the idea that we're safe more than movies are great. And I think that it's got to be a combination or something. I don't know if that it's the right move. It's certainly a great move for the movie theaters themselves. For the studios, unlike Universal that now has a big problem with the National Association of Theater Owners, it's a real vote of confidence, and it's a way to build trust between the studios and movie theaters again after they've been releasing their films on VOD and announcing the Trolls World Tour was going to go out on VOD even though it was already booked into theaters. So I think from that perspective, it's a good idea. I just don't know how well it will work.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be the thing. And so because of that difficulty, though, of getting people back regardless, that's why I think making it free may help a little bit, because it's going to be a bit of a struggle. I think you're right about that. I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Guys, question is, look, obviously, aside from the fact that we all want things free, aside from that, do you think it would make good business sense to do something like that? What do you see some of the pros and cons of something like that? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. All right, guys.